Okay, today we are going to have a solved example for the trip generation step. And the example that we have here, we have a city XYZ. Okay, the urban area could be divided into three main zones with mixed land use, areas for each land use, and the development percentage are given as follows. So these are the zones: zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. And these are the different land uses. We have land use for healthcare, land use, educational land use, commercial, industrial, government, and residential. And for each of those are the zoning for the land. Okay. And here that's a percentage development. That means how, how much of this area is being constructed for each. So for the healthcare in zone 1, only 86% is developed. For example, for the residential area in zone 1, it has 672,000 meters square, and the percentage of development is 66, and so on. And the trip generation rates per square meters is given in this table. Okay, for the residential areas, we have average number of floors, 4 floors, and the average number of trips of household, 4 trips, and the average household area is 150 meters square. The given areas are the net construction area. Okay, so these are the net construction area for housing. What's required? The required is to calculate the trip, production, and attraction, morning peak hour for each zone. Then we need to answer these questions. So let's start first with, generating the, making our calculation for the production and attraction of these trips for each zone. We're going to solve this on the whiteboard. So this is the whiteboard that we are going to be using, and I just put the table here to work as a reference for us. Okay, let's start first with trip attractions or production. Let's start with production here. Okay, production. So the production will be from the residential area. That's the trip productions we will be generated from here. So how can we calculate the trip production? Let's first calculate the area or number of trips for, let's go for zone 1 equals. Okay, how many trips do we have generated? Okay, number of trips per household is 4. So we have 4 multiply number of households. Okay, so how many households can we have in that area? Okay, هنا number of households equals the total area 672,133. That's the total land. Multiply with the percentage of development. How many how many constructed of this area? It's 0.66. That's the value here. So this value comes down here, and this value we get it from here. The number of trips we get it from here. Okay, then so this way we get the meters that are constructed for households. How many, what's the average number of floors? So this area is repeated 4 times. So this is multiplied by 4. This is here. Okay. And this will give me the total square meters, okay, for households. We divide all of this by the area of a household, of a single household, which is this area. So this way, how many households do we have here? Can someone calculate on his calculator?
Just a second.
Okay. Based on this, we have 11.
11,000 Dr. 830.
800. We can say 830 trips. These are the generated trips. This is the production. Okay. Okay. Let's now look at the attractions. And the same we can do for zone 2. Okay. No, that's the number of households. This is not the number of trips. These are
دكتور
households.
دكتور
Yes.
ليش ضربنا بأربعة؟ الأربعة ما هي number of trips؟
No, the 4 here, this is the number of floors.
This is floors or trip? Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay. So we
I
have
didn't
4
get.
floors. Okay. And the average number of trips. So you just follow the lines here, you will see how things are going. You get that?
Okay.
So here we have 4 multiplied by 11830. So multiply 4. So we have 40,000, 47, 318 trips for that zone. Let's now go to zone 2. The same applies. So it's 4 multiply. Now we have the area 130, I think it was. Let me just clear around that number. Okay, 130. 735 multiply how much? 0.77 multiply 4 divided by 150. So here we have 4 multiplied 130,735 multiply 0.77 multiply 4 divided by 150. We have 10,000. Yeah, 737. Okay, trips. Zone 3, we have 4 multiply what's the area? 203,115 multiply 0.45 multiply 4 and divided by 150 equals 4 multiply 231,115 multiply 0.45. Please, make the calculation with me. I might get wrong in some numbers. So here we have 11,094 trips. me just okay, so we are now done with the production. Let's now shift to the attraction. Okay, so the attraction,
دكتور هذا البرودكشن هذا القانون حقه صح تمام؟
yes, in this
تمام
situation
تمام.
with the given input. Okay,
اوكي
now look for the attraction. Let's go for zone 1. So we have here the healthcare. There is attraction generated from the healthcare. There is the attraction from the educational. There is attraction from the commerce. There is attraction from industrial, and there is attraction from government. Okay. So the attraction for the healthcare, we have 19,171 multiplied by what is the percentage of development? 0.86. And how many trips generated for the healthcare? 3. And remember, this is bare 100 meters. Okay, so all will be divided by 100 meters. So the total number will be divided eventually by 100 meter. Okay, so this is multiply by 3 plus, let's do the educational. We have 87,605 multiply percentage development 0.62 multiply 12. As you can see, these are for the educational. That's the percentage development for the educational zone, and that's the area of the education. Plus, so this one, the healthcare. This one for the educational. And let's go to the commercial. Commercial, we have 28,794 multiply 0.59 multiply 3 plus, so this is the commercial.
طيب دكتور
Industrial.
ليش ما اخذنا ال10؟
Okay, that's a good point, because here we have non-retail and here retail. Okay, and here it didn't say whether this is a commercial retail or non-retail. So I think we can take something in between, average. That's a good point. Thank you. What's your name?
حسن دكتور.
Hassan. Okay. I think here we might say we take 3 plus 10, 13. We can take 6.5. Okay. So here 6.5. Then we have the industrial. The industrial will be 146,396 multiply the percentage of development 0.70 multiply number of trips for industrial 8. So these are industrial. Let's go to the government. The government area buildings. Okay, it's 21,336 multiply percentage development 0.87 multiply 3. And all of this.
دكتور
Hold a second.
تبغى تتكلم عادي ولا استنى دكتور؟
Just hold a second, please.
ابشر
Divided by 100. Yes. Go ahead. What's your question?
في اول واحده هل هذه 83% هي قصدك انت 86 ولا اللي هي في هيلث كير؟
Yes, you are correct. This
Zone
one
one, sir.
should be
83 المفروض
86.
86 صح؟
Yes, I wrote
إيه.
I had it wrong here.
لا بس انا شفت كذا قلت من فين
Okay,
جبتها؟
who's this?
عبد الله ياسر.
Abdullah. So this 1.86 multiply 3. Thank you, Abdullah.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's do the calculation. 19171 multiply 0.86 multiply 3 plus 87605 multiply 0.62 multiply 12 plus 6.5 multiply 0.59 multiply 28794 plus 8 multiply 0.7 multiply 146 396 plus 3 multiply 0.87 multiply 21336 divided by 100. Okay. The number came with me here. It's 16,872 trips. So that's the attraction for zone 1. Okay. Now we need to do the same for zone 2 and 3. Okay, so let me just take a copy of this one. Okay. Let's just move on. So we're going to do the same for zone 1, for zone 2 and zone 3. So for zone here, that's attraction. Okay. So here we are talking about zone 2 equals 10,000 187 multiply 0.58 multiply 3 plus 36 379 multiply 0.84 multiply 12 plus 44 624. Okay, multiply how much? 0.76 multiply 3 plus 682 107 multiply 10. Oh, I'm sorry. The commercial area, we need to multiply it here by 6.5. And here is going to be multiplied by 8. That's the industrial. No, we need to multiply it first by percentage of development. So this is 0.87 multiply by 8 plus the government, which is 36 486 multiply 0.55 multiply, let me just move this a little bit this way, multiply 3. So zone 2, and of course all of this divided by 100. You know why it's divided by 100? Because these are trips per 100 meters square. Yeah, I need someone to calculate this quickly, please, for me. Zone 3, it will be, again, 45906 multiply 0.79 multiply 3 plus 4 5 5 3 1 multiply 0.59 multiply 12 plus 120,500 multiply 0.64 multiply 6.5. That's the industrial area, plus how much? 58,638. That's the industrial, multiply 0.75 multiply 8 plus the government, which is 45,687 multiply 0.48 multiply 3. Okay. Okay. What was the attraction for zone 2, please?
54,272.
54,000. Yes.
272.
273.
انا طلع لي 54,125 ما ادري.
Okay, no big deal.
It's no big deal.
Yes. So these are 54,000, 273. And here's zone 3, please. شباب.
قاعد احسب.
What?
18,000
18,000.
279.
279 trips. Okay, thank you all. Okay, so now we are done with the production and attraction. Let's try to summarize our results and try to plot it in a meaningful way for us. Okay, so now we have these values here. We have our productions and we have, so now we have, let me just erase something from this board. Okay. Let's focus here. So basically what we have three zones. Okay, I'm sorry. We have three zones. And out of each zone, we have some production and attractions. So we are going to call this one Z1, this is Z2, this is Z3. Out of zone 1, we have production equal how much? 47,318 trips. Zone 2 production, okay, it's 10,737 trips. Zone 3 production equal 11,094 trips. On the other hand, we have attraction here. How much attraction do we have for zone 1? That's the attraction for zone 1. It's 16,872, and the attraction here for zone 2 is 54,273, and for zone 3 it's 18,279. So now, as you can see, we have production from one zone, we have attractions. If we put the productions, if we put the production here, let me just write it down as an array. So that's the attraction, and these are the productions, and these are the zones. So for zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, we have production 4,7318. We have production here 10,737, and we have 11,094. The attraction for each of those zones is 16,872, 54,273, and 18,279. Let's just add both and see how things will be. Can someone just do the summation? So here we will have 69, 149 trips. That's the production. For the attraction, we have
94.
How much?
لا إيه you're right.
How much do we have for the attraction?
For attraction 94. 424.
424. Okay. As you can see, the attraction is much higher than the production. How much was that again? 69?
149.
49. Okay. So what does this mean? As I mentioned before, the attraction, that's a trip opportunity. Okay? But the production is more deterministic than the attraction. The attraction, that's a potential trip. But the production, that's kind of a deterministic trip. Okay? So now we have to balance the production and attraction. So what shall we do? We are going to adjust the attractions, okay, to be balanced. So here 69,149 divided by 89,424. This ratio is how much?
0.77.
This is 0.77. So this is 0.77 multiply 0.77. So what's the number here? The value? So here it's 12.
The first
Fine.
value is 12,000.
Okay. And the other value?
41,000.
So this one is 41,000 and
790.
790, and these are trips. And this one 14,075 trips. Let's check what's the summation. 68,000. Yes.
856.
800. How much?
56.
56. Okay. I think
56, 56.
okay. I think there's some fine tuning. Okay, the point now that these numbers should be equal or closely to each, this should be 69,000 close to each other, plus or minus 50 or something. So here it's 0.73. We need to adjust it to be this way in order to have the numbers correct. So here this would be 9. You don't just take the 2 digits, you take the full digits. 4 digits, I think. So this 967, 968, and the other one will be 18279. So this one is 400. Okay. So this one 3, 4. Add it again, please, and just check with it. Check on it. Yes, now it's 69. $69,093. So this value and this value are balanced now. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, we're going to take a break just for 10 minutes and we will be back to, to continue on solving this example. Okay, we are back now, and let's adjust after we prorated these attractions. So these attractions are going to be reduced to, here is going to be 1299 1, and here 40,000 41 900 680, and this will be 14,134. These are going to be the adjusted or the balanced attractions. This way now we have balanced production and attraction. So from here we go to the second step, step 2, which is basically the trip distribution. Now, as you can see, the production here is greater than the attraction, and this production will go outside. How is going to be, distributed? Okay, how many will go from from zone 1 to zone 2, and how many will go from zone 1 to zone 3? So these are the trips between 1 and 2 equal how much? Trips between 1 and 3 equal how much? The same also, trips between 2 and 1 equal how much? Between 2 and 3 equal how much? And the same for trips from 3, how it's going to distribute to the other zones. So that leads us to the next step in the 4-step transportation planning process. You can see, okay, this is the trip distribution step, and here the input is basically from the trip generation, which is the trip production and trip attraction for each zone. In this process, okay, we are looking for where the trips generated from one zone is distributed to other attractions. That's our goal. How can we do that? Basically, this is the problem. These are the production, and these are the attractions. And we need to know how many trips generated from one production will go to the different destinations. So for the OD matrix, how trips are distributed. Basically, there is what we call the gravity model. The gravity model, it is similar to the gravitational forces between masses or between bodies, which is that the number of trips is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. That means if we have a mass here and mass here, and there's a distance between both of these masses, okay, this is the travel time, for example, between I and J. So basically, there is a friction, there is a resistance force. The friction force, Fij, okay, is inversely proportional to 1 over T travel time between I and J. And that makes sense, because if you want to select a destination, if you want to go shopping, are you gonna go, select the nearest or the farthest? You are gonna select something close to you. So the distance will be, the impedance or the resistance or the friction, you can call it this way. So the model here, trips Ij, these are the number of trips from origin I to destination J. And Pi, that's the number of trips generated at origin I. Aj, that's the number of trips attracted at destination J. Fij, this is the value of, is inverse to the travel time between I and J. Tij, that's the travel time between zone I and J. Kij, that's the socio-economic adjustment factor for interchange between zones I and J. Okay. The simplified version of this model is like this. That's the production, that's the attraction. The socio-economic factor is just eliminated. And the Fij, that's the friction function, can be either in 1 over the square of the travel time, or a negative exponent function like this one. Okay? Clear, ya shabab? So, to have an example on that, let's assume that we have zone 1 zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. And that's the current travel time between the origins and destination. And that's the production. We have 200 trips production. The attraction here is 2,000. The attraction here is 4,000. The attraction here is 1,000. So how, how these trips are going to be, distributed to these shops. Okay. Okay. Let's go to this equation. First, we calculate the friction. Okay. So the friction, zone 1, it has the friction here, or the pulling to the zone. The pulling to the zone is basically that's what we call the pulling to the zone. How much pulling force to the zone? That's the attraction multiplied by Fij. Okay. So in this case, zone, let's see. Okay. In this case, the pulling for zone 2 will be 1,000 divided by 5 square. The pulling for zone 3 will be 2,000 divided by 10 minutes square. For zone 3, the pulling force will be 4,000 divided by 20 minutes square. Can someone calculate these values? These values are basically attraction of J multiplied by Fij. Can you calculate this, please, for me?
Zone 2, 40.
4. Zone 4.
40. 40.
Zone 2, 40.
Yes.
Okay. And here? Okay, this zone is 20. This zone is 10. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So now we need to calculate the distribution of those 200. Okay. So we are going to do trips from 1 to 2 equal. First, we need to calculate the summation of A, J, F, I, J. So the summation will be 40 plus 20 plus 10. So this will be 70. So here we will have the formula for the trip distribution is basically the production multiply AJ that's the pulling force, divided by the summation of all pulling forces. So here T12, okay, so what's the pulling for what's the production? We have production 200 multiply 40 by 70. T13 200 multiply 20 by 70, and T14 equal 200 multiply 10 over 70. So 200 multiply 4 over 7. Here we have 114 trips, and here we will have 57. And here we will have 20 9 trips. Okay, that's how the gravity model work. So, is it clear for everybody? Okay, so we will go back to our example that we were solving, and let's have a look at this problem again. Okay, the second part here, it says that's the friction, okay, between the zones, and that's the socioeconomic factor. Okay, so this one is not as, you know, simplified that like the previous one. So here we will add this, and let's go back to our sheet that we were working on. Okay, the previous example, we, you know, it was just one origin to three destinations. Here, the situation will be slightly different. So first of all, let's do the calculations for each zone to calculate the, you know, we have to calculate the pulling from each destination to each zone. So first of all, we need to multiply the socioeconomic factor, okay, to the friction. The friction, that's what we had before. That's the Fij in the model. This one is Fij, okay, and that's the Kij, okay. We might just for this example, we just try to ignore this one for the time being. Just let's ignore this one and just solve the simplified version. Okay, we just friction. So let's calculate the pulling for each zone, from each zone to the to other zones. So here the pull, which is basically the attraction multiply the friction. Okay, so let's calculate this. And we have here zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. And how much attraction each zone is imposing on other zones. So let's just write down the attractions that we have from this zone. Zone 1 is 1612. Now that's the adjusted. And zone 2, it's 41,968. Zone 3, it's 14,134. And this is zone 1. That's the okay. So we are assuming that there is no interzonal trips, or we Okay, that's the friction within the zone. Okay, so the attractions from that zone is pulling trips from that zone. So these are the friction, 40. Okay, so 40 multiply, okay, the attraction. So 40 multiply attraction is how much? I think this should be, yes. So 40 multiply 1299. So shabab, here we are gonna put here 40 multiply 12991 equal, and here will be 52 multiply 41968, and here will be 56 multiply 14,134. So the numbers here will be 40 multiply 12991. So here it's 500,
590.
519 and 640.
Yes.
The other one will be 52 multiply 41,968. That's 2,000,000 1 8 2 3 3 6, and here 56 multiply 14134. This is 791 50 504, and the same we'll do for the rest. So here will be 52 multiply 12991, and here 56 multiply 12991. Here will be 30 multiply 41,968. Here 45 multiply 41,968. Here 45 multiply 14,134. 35 multiply 14,134. So here 45. I would appreciate if everyone try to do some of the calculation. So here's 63603. Four 9 4690 45 441 968. So this one equal 1888 560 30. So here it's 12 5 9 0 4 0 52 2 2 2 2 2. So this one is 6 7 I'm sorry 675 5 3 2. $700 to 7 4 496. So these are the pulling for each attraction zone to the production. So if we put the production here to be 11094, and no, the production here is not 11. The production here is 11. طيب احنا كنا بنقول ده هنا ده البرودكشن، وهنا ده كان 47318، والفاليو اللي هنا كانت كام؟ اوكي، وهنا كان 10737. اوكي طيب دلوقتي اللي احنا what we are looking for, we are trying to get the number of trips out of, how these trips will distribute to zone 1, to zone 2, to zone 3. We need to make a summation for this. So the summation for this will be ممكن حد يعمل summations يا شباب؟
The first one, Doctor.
The first one is how much?
349,
349,
348,
348,
0.
0. Good. And the second one? Okay, it's going to be 5 here.
199. Right?
How much?
Yes. 199,
199,
81,
81,
75.
75. Okay. And the last one? Is going to be 6, 4, 7,
311,
3, 1, 1,
0.
07.
0, 0, 7, 4, 6.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. ممتاز جدا. That's excellent. Okay. Okay. Based on these values, what's the meaning of this value? That's the summation of AI to Fij. So now I want to calculate the trips from zone 1 to zone 1. So now the trips. In order to do that, we're going to multiply. Okay, let me just do this in a separate, not in a matrix form, but just to make it I'm going to do this just for one zone, and you will do the rest and submit it as a homework. Okay, so trips from 1 to 1 equals, what is the production? 47318. Or let me write the formula first for you. Trips from zone I to zone J equal the production of I multiply by the pulling at J, which is the attraction at J, multiplied by the friction between I and J, divided by the summation of all attractions, okay, multiplied by all frictions between I and J. Okay, that's for J equal 1, 2, 3, or whatever n. Okay, so here trips from 1 to 1 equal 4, 7, 3, 1, 8 multiply how much? 5, 1, 9, 6, 4, 0 divided by this value 3, 4, 9, 3, 4, 8, 0. Trips from 1 to 2 equal how much? 4, 7, 3, 1, 8 multiply 2, 1, 8, 2, 3, 3, 6 divided by 3, 4, 9, 3, 4, 8, 0. Trips from 1 to 3 equals 4, 7, 3, 1, 8 multiply by 7,
7, 9.
9, 1, 5, 0, 4 divided by 3, 4, 9, 3, 4, 8, 0 equals how much?
The first one is 7,038.
7,000,
38.
7,038 trips.
2955.
2955
8.
8 trips. The last one?
Uh, 10,792.
10,000
792.
92 trips. Okay, just to make sure that we are working correctly, let's just have an addition for all of these. So we have here 8. We have here 8.
Doctor,
Yes,
19, not 92.
what's that?
The last number, 19.
The last number 19?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we will have 7. Okay, and 1 and 3 and 8 and 4. Correct? No, 7 here. 47. So we are correct. You are going to do this for all the zones. Okay? And after that, we will come to another problem that will face us, that we have to do another iteration. As we can see, we have this at zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and this is zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. The trips between zone 1 and zone 1, these are interzone trips. The zones, the trips within the zone itself. And here is 29,558, and here 10,719, and so on. Before, you are going to complete this as a homework. But I will tell you, ahead of time, when you add these values, don't be surprised, because the summation here will not be similar to the summations here. Okay, that's one of the problems that you will face. At this point, we will do another iteration, and that's what we are going to be discussing next week, inshallah. Any questions so far?